there. Mighty Cleave goes through Spiky Shield, so you're dead. You're dead. You are dead. Goodbye. Get out of here. Fake out. Okay, is he Covert Cloak? He's Covert Cloak, so he gets no Tailwind up. Get out of here. Goes right through Spiky Shield and one-shots Ogerpon. Crazy. That's crazy. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Scarlet Violet Regulation FVGC. Recently with the DLC, we got a bunch of new Paradox Pokemon, and one of them being Iron Boulder, a brand new Rock and Psychic type. Has a really cool move called Mighty Cleave that actually breaks through Protect. So, and it also has really solid stats with really solid attack and like a base 124 speed, and the ability to run Booster and a bunch of other really cool items. So, there's actually a team around Iron Boulder. I think it's a really cool Paradox mon, and we're going to kind of talk about this team real quick and then hop in some games. There's actually a team from Carmine. I'm not sure if Carmine's one of the more, like the top VGC players, like a pro VGC player. I'm not 100% sure, but kind of more of a standard team. I'm not sure if this is one of the teams from a tournament or if this one is like a team built around the Iron Boulder, but you got the Iron Boulder on the team. I think this thing's going to be really, really solid. I think it's more of the one of the underutilized, like slept on type of Paradox mons. Everybody's talking about Walking Wake and Gouging Fire and I think Iron Crown and all those other ones, but like nobody's talking about Iron Leaves or even like Iron Boulder, and I think they're very, very underrated right now. So has the clear eminence, so it can't get intimidated by stuff like Incineroar and that type of thing. You got the Terra Grass for a defensive Terra, mainly so you can't get put to sleep. I think is the main reason why you have that. Apart from that, you got a bunch of other standard stuff. Specs, Flutter Mane, AV Rillaboom, kind of cool with the Terra Ghost, kind of unique. Wellspring Ogerpon with the Follow Me, mainly is for stuff like Urshifu and that type of thing, which could be a problem. The King Gambit for Intimidate Spam with Terra Dragon, kind of a cool option with Safety Goggles, so you can't get put to sleep by either Sleep Powder or Spore from the Amoonguss or anything else that wants to put you to sleep. And then you got the Rocky Helmet Latias, which has seen a huge rise in usage, mainly because it's a really good support move pool. Latias got a bunch of really cool support moves, and the main thing that got buffed with it, which is Mist Ball, which is a really cool move, so kind of a standard set with the Rocky Helmet and a few other things, so it's mainly for like Tailwind and that type of thing. But before getting this, if you guys keep on showing support to the videos, I'll keep on bringing you guys daily uploads. I'm going to try to keep bringing you guys daily uploads going into the new year, so keep on showing support to the videos. If there's anything you guys want me to look for in like regards to like rental teams that you guys want me to feature, like any specific Pokemon or anything you guys want me to see play a team like regarding, like if you guys want to see a specific Pokemon or like a specific something built around like a specific like terrain or for example or that type of thing, and look for like any of those type of rental teams, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be sure to try to look for something like that and feature it on the channel in the future. But apart from that, let's hop into some games with this team. Alright, we are here with a game. What a game number one. We're going against a Mono Ice team. That is really cool. Mono Ice with the Lapras, Dugong, Frostlass, Abomasnow, a Alolan Sandslash, and a Alolan Ninetales. Really cool team. I think what I do here though, like, what does he have for me? Like, what does he have for like Iron Boulder and I mean, I don't really want to bring Rillaboom. He has a lot of... I don't know if I really want to bring the Rillaboom, just mainly because he's Ice, Mono Ice. And, like, he has a lot of Freeze Dry on his team, so the Ogerpon can get one-shotted by a lot of stuff, so... I think I bring the King Gambit here is what I bring. I'll bring the Flutter Mane in the back. I mean, I'm kind of forced to bring one of these mons, though. It comes down to whatever one. I think the Ogerpon can be good, as long as I know whatever I'm going against, as long as it doesn't have Freeze Dry, I think it can be decent, but I'm forced to bring something that's weak to Ice, unfortunately, here, so I think the Ogerpon's the one that's probably the best for me. Cool team to start off with, though. Really cool seeing this on the ladder. I like going against these really cool teams. It's kind of why I prefer the casual ladder over, like, the sweaty ranked ladder. If you guys like the video, leave a like, subscribe if you are not already, and share the video. It really helps out the channel. Subscribing is completely free if you guys are not subbed. For some reason, like 80% of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed, so just doing yourself a huge disservice not subscribing. You guys are missing a shit ton of daily videos and even streams. I usually stream 3 times a week, usually on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over here. So, and I guess Sunday mostly on Twitch, but sometimes over here on Sundays. So he leads Obama Snow, and he leads the, what is that, Frozlast? Or Alolan 9, so he leads double Snow, actually. It's kind of weird. I mean, I've got Sacred Sword, and I've got Mighty Cleave, so, like, I don't know if a Mighty Cleave one-shots this guy, I don't know, but we're gonna find out right now. I think it might one-shot Alolan Ninetales, if he's not Sash. And then, I don't know what the... I guess maybe if he has Earthquake, he can go for that here, but I'm just gonna Swords Dance here. Nasty. You're about to get knocked into the 10th dimension, bud. Unless he's Sash. He's probably Sash if he's nasty plotting in my face. He's not even Sash. Goodbye, bud. One thing to note with this team as well is that Mighty Cleave breaks through every single type of Protect. So that includes stuff like Silk Trap, which is a protecting move, Detect, regular Protect, and also Burning Bulwark, and you do not get burned from Burning Bulwark from Gouging Fire. So if you guys are using this team, or even like Iron Boulder in general, that is good to know. So just so you guys know that as well, if you go against Iron Boulder, which it isn't really the most common right now, but I do think it will rise up when because I think it's a really underrated mon. I do want to build around it as well. I think going into Regulation F, I will be building a team around Iron Boulder myself, but really underrated mon. I think it's way better than people are giving it credit for. Being able to break through Protect is just so broken. That's why our Shifu is so fucking good too. Apart from being able to crit everything, but like, the main other reason why it's so fucking good is because of Unseen Fist. You have no way to play against it with Protect being broken, so. He has the Frozlast here, but like, I think I just go for Mighty Cleave again, and then I just Sucker Punch here. I just Sucker Punch. He's gonna set up spikes. Okay, he's gonna go for spikes. Double team. Oh, don't even do this. Don't even. I mean, I have Kotao Cleave though. Doesn't that? I think Kotao Cleave doesn't take an evasion into consideration. Leech Seed. Are you really gonna fucking try to stall me, bud? This guy is running fucking Leech Seed. Double team garbage. Come on now, bud. I understand that it makes sense under Aurora Veil, but especially when you're going against like this super offensive type stuff. I mean, I have Sacred Sword too, but that doesn't affect the Frozlast, unfortunately. I mean, does Sacred Sword actually go through Aurora Veil? I'm not 100% sure. It's not stab though, so I don't really want to use that. I think I just keep doing damage. I think I just keep on doing damage because the Frozlast, if he Shadow Balls me, I think I get one-shotted by him, so. I'm gonna Kotao Cleave here. I think Kotao Cleave ignores stat boost. He misses Will-O-Wisp. That's huge. See how much this does. He lives. He's Ingrain Leech Seed. Ingrain Leech Seed Aurora Veil Obama Snow. How fucking weird is that? I mean, I say it's weird, but that's why Kotao Cleave is great too. It ignores all stat changes, so even with evasion, you're not dodging that. Goodbye. I'm lucky to have that though. The guy's just really unfortunate. He's going against an Iron Boulder and a King Gamma, which are like two of the best checks to Snow and like Ice types, which kind of sucks for him. But I think even with Ingrain and Leech Seed, like there's no way he's living. Like it's a cool set and everything, but like he's going against the wrong team, unfortunately. It probably works for a lot of other teams that really aren't prepared for Obama Snow, especially under Veil. But like with my team, that's not going to be working. I'm assuming right here, like what he has, he's going to Terra. Something's going to Terra on this turn. Something's going to Terra or Protect here, I think. I don't have a Steel type move on this, unfortunately, but Kotao Cleave should still do a fuck ton of damage. He doesn't even Protect. I guess you can't Protect. I'm forgetting you can't Protect, so you can't dodge this. You can't dodge this move. You're still getting killed no matter what you do. Body Press, I'm dead. I live. How do I live? That's 4 times effective. I don't know how I live. Unless he's a crazy Terra here, I think he just surrenders. I don't know how he wins this. I really don't. I just keep spamming. I just keep spamming Mighty Cleave, and then I just keep... I'll spam Kotao Cleave here again. I think he surrenders. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay. Oh, he's Weakness Policy. He's Weakness Policy Lapras. Does Lapras get I don't think it gets Rock Polish, does it? I know it might get Dragon Dance. I think it gets Dragon Dance. I don't know if it gets Rock Polish, though. I was going to say if, like, Rock Polish weakens Policy Lapras could be pretty cool, but... He's also not even Light Clay, so his Aurora Veil's gone after 5 turns. I think he still loses here. I go into Flutter, and I just click moves, and I win the game, so... I think on this turn now, he surrenders. I like how the Iron Crown or the Iron Boulder just sits here, and it just legit just stood here and clicks one move the entire game, and that's all it did. I think that's going to be one of the main things with this mon that you're going to be able to do. It just comes in and outspeeds everything and clicks one move and just does a fuck ton of damage. I think that's what it's really going to be good for. A lot of people are sleeping on this mon right now, I really think so. Being really overlooked. Even with Incineroar being in the meta, but like that's why Clear Amulet exists, so you don't get your stats lowered, you still get your attack. Like at least neutral attack, you don't get your Intimidate, so... Not bad. Really cool team to go against. I just think he got really unlucky with the matchmaking there because I just ended up having King Gambit and an Iron Boulder, which is probably one of the best checks ever for like 90% of the ice types, so... He did get a kill on the King Gambit though there, so he at least got 1 kill. Not bad, though. I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, we're here with another game. This here is going to be a real test for this team, because my opponent's running a really sweaty, like, copy-paste rental team. I think this is probably a copy-paste rental. I've seen this team a million times already. Either that or, like, he made it himself with a few minor changes, so... He has the Whimsicott, Hearthflame, Ogerpon, Walking Wake, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and then the Flutter Mane, so... What do I do versus this? I mean, I got Tailwind myself, which is pretty good here. Latias kind of walls the shit out of Ogerpon too, which is pretty solid. I just don't think it's that good versus him in this aspect though, because the Walking Wake destroys it, Flutter Mane destroys it, and same with the... If the Whimsicott has Moonblast, it does, but it's going to be more supportive, I think, in this game. I think I bring Ogerpon. I mean, I guess Ogerpon's okay. I don't know. It's going to be a tough game to win. I think I bring Iron Boulder here. Solid lead. Iron Boulder's okay lead. I'll bring the Rillaboom. I'll bring the Flutter Mane, and I think I'll bring Ogerpon in the back. I think those are my best ones to bring here. Unfortunately, I can't really bring King Gambit because he gets knocked back by, like, all the fire type shit on his team, and I'm forced to Terra Dragon, and even then it doesn't do anything versus Walking Wake. If I were him, I would bring Walking Wake, Whimsicott, Hearthflame, Ogerpon, and Flutter Mane. I think that's what he brings here, or like Incineroar, one of those. He does bring this, okay, we got that right. If you guys are enjoying the video up till this far as well, if you haven't liked the video, leave a like, really appreciate it, really helps out the video and helps out the channel. So, I think the main thing here is I'm kind of in a bad spot here because if I Terra Grass on this turn, then I'm making myself weak to fire type moves. So, I mean, he can't protect though. So like, if I outspeed him here, he can't protect. That's the good thing here. Like, if I can go after the Ogerpon, he can't do anything, and I can just fake out the Whimsicott. If he's Clover Cloak though, that's the main problem here. If he's Clover Cloak Whimsicott, I think that's the worst case scenario here, but otherwise, if he tries to protect, it goes through Spiky Shield as well, which I forgot to mention earlier. Mighty Cleave goes through Spiky Shield, so... You're dead. You're dead. You are dead. Goodbye. Get out of here. Fake out. Okay, is he Clover Cloak? He's Clover Cloak, so he gets no Tailwind up. Get out of here. Goes right through Spiky Shield and one-shots Ogerpon. Crazy. That's crazy. That's another reason why Iron Boulder I think is going to be so fucking good, because it's really good into a lot of the Ogerpon forms. The only one that it ain't good into is Ogerpon Wellspring, which usually runs really bulky. But like all the other ones, like it hits for really solid damage, and it one-shots most of them depending on their build. Especially the fire type one. And he does have this thing, which is kind of scary. I think the main scary thing about it though is if he just goes for Tailwind here. So I think I'm going to protect right here. I'm going to protect. And then I'm going to Woodhammer on this turn. See how much damage that actually does. And then maybe if it does enough damage, I can Grassy Glide. He's going to Terra. If he's Terra Water here, that'd be great. If he's Terra Fire, that's worst case scenario though. Because then he outspeeds me under Tailwind. He's Terra Water, okay, that's good. If he goes after the Iron Crown here, or the Iron Bowl. I keep saying Iron Crown. I'm so used to Iron Crown, I haven't... Whatever. I protect here. Sunny Day. Okay, that's fine. That's better than Tailwind, actually. So that's good. We'll see if he's Speed Booster or not. Usually they run Special Attack Boost, which they are. Not really many of the Walking Wakes run Speed Booster because they're always paired with Tailwind. So he's Water, so I think he just gets one-shotted here. Under Grassy Terrain, I think you get one-shotted. Goodbye. Bop. Get fuck out of here. This guy is just getting out-fucking-played. He has all the tools to win, but he's just getting fucking outplayed. He really is. What a great match for us so far. He still doesn't even have Tailwind up either, so... He's forced to get Tailwind up this next turn. Like, 2 of his best mons are gone already. I don't know what he has in the back. He has Rillaboom, that's fine. Rillaboom, that's great. That's fine by me. I don't know if I should just keep the Iron Boulder in here to... I don't know. I don't know if he actually one-shots me, because I have decent defense and HP on this thing. I don't know if he actually one-shots Iron Boulder here, but I should be able to get a shit ton of damage off. I guess he might fake out. I guess that's worst case scenario, but... I don't know. I'll Wood Hammer here to try to do damage, because I think the main problem is the Rillaboom. I'm not really even scared of the Whimsicott at all, because I have Flutter Mane in the back, and I have the Ogerpon, which kind of just shit all over him, so... He goes for a Tailwind. I don't know how much that actually matters, because depending on his Rillaboom set, even under Tailwind, he won't outspeed me. I am base 124 speed. That still does a solid amount of damage. I am 124, so unless he's max speed Rillaboom, but like judging by that, he's probably not, so... Even if he's not max speed Rillaboom, he still takes a shit ton of damage here. I mean, I guess I can protect here as well, too. I don't really even need the Iron Boulder at this point. Like, I just need to get damage on something. Like, that's the main thing I need. I mean, I guess I can Terra Grass here, too. I can Terra Grass. I can make that play. Because now I don't have to worry about any Fire-type moves anymore. The Whimsicott has the Sunny Day, and he has the Tailwind. So, like, I don't think he has anything that can really touch me. Unless he has Weather Ball. But I don't even know if Whimsicott gets Weather Ball. I'm assuming it does. But I haven't really seen it used at all, so... I'm going to Terra Grass here, and then I'm going to Mighty Cleave, and then I'm going to Wood Hammer Whimsicott here. This guy's just really struggling. He really is. Like, he lost the Ogerpon on turn 1, and that really put him behind in this match. It really did. That was a really bad turn for him. And ever since then, he's just been trying to, like, scramble to kind of see if he can get back in the game. Wood Hammer. I'm Terra Grass now, though. It still does a fuck ton of damage. He might actually be offensive with how much damage that did. Holy fuck, that's resistant and did that much. So much Wood Hammer does to Whimsicott. I think that's pretty much game. There's no way he wins because I have Flutter Mane in the back now, and especially under Sun, I think I actually outspeed, so... I'm assuming it's Flutter Mane's speed, because it's specs, so I'm assuming it's probably speed. I just Mighty Cleave here. He tries to protect, doesn't matter, and then I go for... I mean, I guess I go for Grassy Glide here. But I don't think that matters. I go for Wood Hammer. I don't care if the Rillaboom drops at all here. Iron Boulder putting in a fuck ton of work. It is just putting in the work here. I'm actually surprised he outspeeds me. He must be running a fuck ton of speed, because under Tailwind, without like the majority of the Rillaboom builds, even most times you don't outspeed if you're not running much speed at all, even with the Tailwind boost, so he has to be running a shit ton of speed to outspeed me. I get rid of the Whimsicott, that's fine. I think he just loses here, though. Because like, I go into Flutter Mane here, and I think he just surrenders. I don't know how he wins. I think he just surrenders this game. Goodbye. That's another dub. I don't know how he wins. There's no way he can't Terra. Unless he protects and stalls, but... I Specs Moonblast, you're gone. And then I just Wood Hammer again. He's gonna stay, though. Surprised he never surrendered. He's gonna take the L like a man. Gonna accept that he got outplayed the entire game. From turn 1 all the way to the end, just got destroyed. Not even bad. Not even bad. Another really crazy, nice game for us. Really liking this team. Really liking this team. I didn't really do that many testing games with this team, too. Normally, I usually do, like, 3 testing games with, like, a lot of the teams I feature, like, for the sessions. I only had time to really do, like, 2 testing games with this team as well, so I'm glad this team's doing really well. I'll see you guys in one more game. Alright, we're here with one more game. We're going against a rain team, y'all. That's going to be fun. My opponent has the Pelipper, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Arclodon, and Basculegion. Have not seen much Basculegion at all recently either, so kind of cool to see that again. I think it's kind of fallen off because there's just not really much reason to use it on rain teams over some other stuff. What do I bring here? What do I bring? He's going to bring rain. Ogerpon looks great. I can tell you that. Ogerpon looks really good. I don't know about going against the Pelipper, though. The Pelipper is the main problem. I think what I do is I actually lead. I'm going to lead Flutter Mane. I think Flutter Mane's a really solid lead here. He can't fake me out. And unless he's like Scarf, he might actually be Scarf or Shifu, just looking at the team preview just by his team. Because otherwise his team is really slow apart from Basculegion. So it's probably Scarf or Shifu. I don't know what I really have. I don't really have anything for that, though. I think I just lead Ogerpon. I guess that Ogerpon kind of checks that, because he's... unless he locks himself into close combat, so... I'll lead Ogerpon, and then I'll bring the Kingambit here, and then I'll bring the Rillaboom in the back, just for, like, grass priority. It's pretty solid versus him. Mainly if he brings Basculegion, but I don't think he's going to bring Basculegion if he sees a Flutter Mane and a Kingambit in the preview. I mean, this is another problem with Basculegion too. Like, you need it to have rain up to actually outspeed everything. Otherwise, it's just so weak to priority too, and there's a lot of priority running around. Like Chien-Pao, Kingambit's really common. Grassy Terrain, Grassy Glide, still really common. Just gets destroyed by a lot of that type of stuff. That's why you haven't really... it's kind of fallen off a little bit. So he leads with this. That ain't too bad for us, actually. I mean, what do I do here? I don't know what to do. I really want to Terra Fairy turn 1 and just blow something back with a Specs Moonblast. I really do. I think that's what I actually do. I'm going to Terra Fairy turn 1 and just Moonblast this thing into next week, I think. And then... I don't know if the Pelipper Sash, that's the main problem here. I'm just going to Spike Shield on this turn. I'm going to predict the Fake Out into the Ogerpon, and then he might actually Wide Guard too. If he Wide Guards, that'll be great for us. That's why I don't really want to go for Dazzling Gleam, because Wide Guard's pretty common on Pelipper. There's a lot of spread moves running around right now as well, so... Spiky Shield. Go for Fake Out, please. He doesn't Fake Out. Okay. This should one-shot you then. Unless you're Sash, you're dead. Goodbye. Get out of here. Specs Flutter Mane is such a threat, y'all. U-turn. That's even better. That's even better. Take some damage. Granted, it doesn't really matter because he's going to be getting healed back from the terrain anyway, so it's like he didn't really even take much damage. Took maybe like 3% from that in total. He does have Arclodon, so that's kind of scary. Especially in the rain, that's actually really scary. I'm Specs though, like I'm Terra Fairy Specs Flutter Mane. Unless you're Assault Vest Max Special Defense, you might actually just end up getting one-shotted. And like in the rain, I think an Ivy Cudgel should do a shit ton of damage to the Rillaboom. Even if he wants to U-turn out on me, he's going to flat up switch here. He's just going to straight out switch. He doesn't want to get the Rillaboom one-shotted. I'm going to go into Incineroar, that's fine. That's completely fine. I think the only shitty thing is like I'm Terra Fairy now, so you can actually Fake Out the Flutter Mane on this next turn, but you can kind of play around that if you really want to. He almost gets flat out just one-shotted. Wow, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy. You're taking an Ivy Cudgel, I forgot too. He's taking an Ivy Cudgel, holy shit. I don't even know if this actually does, like this actually one-shots anything. Maybe Ogerpon it one-shots, but I don't think he actually one-shot anything. Maybe Flutter Mane one-shot, but like this is a solid build. He doesn't even one-shot the Ogerpon. That's great. So what happens here is something dies. Something's going down on this turn. If he fakes out the Flutter Mane, then the Incineroar gets killed here. If he fakes out the Ogerpon here, which I also have that chance of going for Spiky Shield, which he might actually try to predict, then the Ogerpon goes down and I'm able to get rid of the Arclodon on this turn. So he's in a bad spot here. I just Moonblast again. I'm going to Moonblast the Arclodon here, and if he doesn't fake out the Ogerpon, then I go for Ivy Cudgel and get rid of this. He fakes this out, so you're dead. Something's dead. Goodbye, Incineroar, goodbye. Get out of here. I actually prefer him to kill the Ogerpon here, though. I'm hoping he kills Ogerpon. If he kills Flutter Mane, that could be a bit of a problem, because the Flutter's just so good versus him. Get rid of the Ogerpon, please. I don't really want the Ogerpon around anymore. It did its job. It can go down. Okay, that's fine. I don't care if he kills Ogerpon here. Fine by me. That's completely fine. So, I mean, I have Rillaboom here as well, which ain't too bad. I think I'll go into Kingambit on this turn, though. I think that's my play here. If he wants to attack, I can go for Sucker Punch. He's at +1 defense, but like a Sucker Punch should still do a shit ton of damage to him. So I think he's going to fake out the Flutter Mane here. If he doesn't, though, I'm going to go after Arclodon. And then I'm going to Sucker Punch him as well. I'm going to go double up into it. He's going to go for Grassy Glide. That actually doesn't kill me. Surprising. That doesn't kill him, but I double into him, so that's fine. I think if he wasn't at +1 defense, I think that Sucker Punch from that range probably would have killed. So, we made this a 1v2 now, so that's great. I don't know how he wins this. It's going to be really difficult for him to win. I mean, he still has a Terra, I think. I don't think he uses Terra. Yeah, he has a Terra left, so if he's like Terra Fire, maybe he can still try to do something. I mean, this is a Specs Moonblast, though. He has the grassy terrain, but you're not going to want to eat a Kotal Cleave. That's going to do a shit ton of damage. You can get rid of the Flutter Mane, I guess it's fine. Flutter Mane putting in a bunch of work here. Crazy amount of work this game. A solid amount of damage. I guess I could have Swords Dance there as well. Swords Dance would have been pretty good, but I'm AV Rillaboom here, so I can come in and I get a Fake Out off here, and I'm able to get some more free damage, so I don't know if that really matters. I'll also Fake Out here. And then I'll Kotal Cleave for damage. I just want damage on him at this point. I can go for Grassy Glide here. I think that's what I do. I'll just Kotal Cleave again. He has no way to one-shot me. And Grassy Glide just takes him out, so I don't know if that was a speed tie there, or he just never went for Grassy Glide. Could have maybe been a speed tie. Not even bad, though. That's what you call just getting absolutely destroyed. The guy got absolutely just ravaged. He just got sent back to trainer school. He needs to go hit the fucking books and go study up again before he comes back to try to battle some more. Holy shit, did he get wrecked. I don't know, we'll see how much time I have left. So this match went around about 10 minutes, so I don't know if I'll throw one more game in this video for you guys. If not, we're here with another game. My opponent has the Incineroar, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Chien-Pao, Flutter Mane, and Raging Bolt, so kind of more of a copy-paste standard team. Nothing really too crazy. And I think the good thing here is the Boulder's okay here. The only shitty thing is the Boulder gets outsped by Chien-Pao and it gets Sucker Punched to death. I think 100% he brings Chien-Pao, and I think 100% he brings the Incineroar here. He brings Incineroar Chien-Pao, I think that's what he brings. I'm going to lead Kingambit, predicting Incineroar lead. I'll bring Ogre Pawn. I guess Ogre Pawn, if I get intimidated. I mean, I guess Ogre Pawn ain't too bad. I'll bring Ogre Pawn. I'll bring the Flutter Mane in the back here. I don't know. I mean, I can bring Iron Boulder in the back. It ain't too bad as like a in the back, I guess, once I know what his team kind of is. I can maybe try to play. It just has kind of a rough game here because it kind of gets outsped by a lot of shit on his team, or it just kind of struggles with a few things, but I think it can be pretty good. The Latias I'm not going to bring again for us. For some reason. Well, I guess the main reason it doesn't really do much here because he has Flutter Mane and a bunch of other shit that just wrecks it without a Terra, so... I think the only thing I haven't really brought it, even like in my 2 testing games with this team, was the Latias. I think that's I wouldn't say it's the weakest league in this team, but just been going against a lot of teams that it's not really too good into. Like without a Terra, at least. I don't really want to waste a Terra on the Latias when, like, Terra Fairy Flutter Mane or like a defensive Terra on the Boulder would be way better. So at least Rillaboom or Shifu, that ain't too bad, actually. That ain't too bad. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect on this turn here, and then... I mean, I can double protect here, but I think he's gonna fake out the Ogre Pawn. And he might actually just try to... Actually, no. No, I forgot if he has Unseen Fist. I forgot. Does he go for the close combat here, though? I don't know. I think he does. I think he goes for close combat on this turn. Do I make the crazy play out into the Flutter Mane? I think I do. I'm going to make the play out into the Flutter Mane. And then if he somehow does not do that, I'm going to go for Horn Leech. I don't know, judging by his team too, he might have Scarf or Shifu. Because his team is kind of like near middle speed ranges apart from like the Flutter Mane. Fake out, okay. He fakes out the wrong thing. I actually outspeed him, okay. That doesn't one-shot him though, that's bad. Close combat. He uses close combats. He predicts to follow me. That's great. So we know he's not scarfed either, so that's huge. That is huge. Not even bad. A really solid play. Worked out. That could have went way bad. It worked out really good for us, but it could have been way worse if we would have went a little bit differently there. And we know Grassy Glide doesn't one-shot the Flutter Mane here either, so... I think what I do is I lock myself into Dazzling Gleam here. He's forced to protect the Urshifu, or he's forced to switch out here into something. I protect the Urshifu here. Or he protects the Urshifu here, and then I think I just go for Leech Life here, or a Horn Leech. He goes for Grassy Glide. That's not going to kill me. Dazzling Gleam, you're dead. Goodbye. I'm surprised he never went for Aqua Jet, but he probably thought I was gonna go follow me there, and then he would have healed me. So probably why he never went for Aqua Jet. He had a decent amount of health back too. I think we can maybe live a Grassy Glide. I'm not sure though. It's gonna be a roll. If he gets a low roll, I can maybe live one. He has the Chien-Pao. I think what I do here is I'm going to Terra Fairy, and then I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam again. That way, if he wants to Sucker Punch me, it's reduced damage. And then I'm going to Spiky Shield on this turn. Assuming he has Chien-Pao, he probably has either Flutter Mane in the back or Incineroar, I'm assuming. Sucker Punch, okay, that's good. That's good. I think the only bad thing here is if he goes for Wood Hammer and he can probably one-shot me. But I just get rid of him. Goodbye. I got a crit. The crit, I don't know if that mattered. I don't know if the crit mattered though. I think with how much damage it did last turn, it was a roll. So even if I would have got a high roll there, I don't think that really mattered. I don't know. I think depending on what his last mon is, I'm assuming he probably has Incineroar. Oh, he has Raging Bolt. That's not bad. That's actually perfect for us. So now he's going to Terra. He's 100% going to Terra on this turn here. I can outspeed it, though. We'll see what Terra he is. And then I think he's probably going to Sucker Punch the Ogre Pawn here. But on the off chance he doesn't, I'll go for Horn Leech. I'm assuming he's Terra Steel. Either Terra Steel or like Terra... Maybe Terra Flying. He's Terra Electric. You're still going to be eating this. I don't think he actually one-shots the Flutter Mane with Thunderclap. I don't think he one-shot even with the Terra Boost, bro. Yeah, I live that. I live that easy. He outspeeds me. Okay. If I knew that, I would have switched. If I knew he was going to outspeed me, I would have switched out to the King Gambit. That sucks. But now, like, I get a free kill here, though, so that's great. I don't know how much that really matters. I mean, the Flutter Mane went down, but I still get rid of the Chimp-House, so that's not bad. Could have been worse, I guess. I just prefer to have the Flutter Mane around the Ogre Pawn, because the Ogre Pawn doesn't really do much versus this thing. I guess because it's Terra Electric now, I can hit it for neutral damage, but at this range, I get one-shotted by Thunderclap anyways, so it doesn't really matter. And then I'll go into Iron Boulder here. He can't one-shot me with anything. Even a Terra like Thunderclap, I don't think he one-shots me. And even then, he's going to be getting hit by something here. He's going to be taking a shit ton of damage. So it's just whatever he wants to go for here. And I also have the possibility of going for Spiky Shield, but I'm just going to go for Ivy Cudgel here to get as much damage as possible and maybe a crit. See how much damage this does. It doesn't one-shot me, so that's good to know. You're gonna have to eat a Mighty Cleave and a Water move now, so that's gonna be pretty bad. Let's see if he actually lives. Yeah, that's really close. Holy shit. I think he loses at this point. Like, you can't attack both things. You can't attack both, so he's dead on this turn now. He's dead. I think he surrenders. I think he surrenders. Really like this team. I really like this team. This team's really, really good. Really good team. This is probably one of the best teams I have featured on the channel. I guess I don't even think my teams are really the greatest, but I have some, like, the few teams I did do, like, I think the team I made around Superior and stuff was pretty damn good, but I think even better than most of my teams. Like, I know for a fact it's better than the team I made around Scrafty and Raikou recently. If you guys missed that, I'll leave a link to those videos at the end of the video, but even like my Sand team, I think it's a lot more, even better than my Sand team, so let's talk a little bit about this team. Overall, I think if you guys are looking for a really good team with Iron Boulder, I think this is probably one of the best teams you're going to find. Granted, I haven't really found or like seen anybody really playing or experimenting with Iron Boulder up until now, so at least as of now, I think this is probably one of the best teams with it on if you want to use like Iron Boulder. Maybe, depending when you guys are seeing this, there's probably a lot more people using it, or maybe stuff has changed, but at least when I'm recording this, it's probably like one of the better teams I've played with it, so, or at least even seen with it, so if you guys want to use Iron Boulder, rental code up in the corner, check this team out, really solid team. The only critique I've had with this team, but I think it was just bad luck, is I just didn't really even bring Latias to like any of the games I had. Yeah, I brought like everything else multiple times, especially the Flutter Mane. I think put in a fuck ton of work. But like the only thing I never brought was the Latias, but I think it's just because I had a bad matchup most of the time. And if I did want to bring it, I was forced to use Terra, and I didn't really want to do that over like the Flutter Mane or a few other things on this team, but really solid team. Flutter Mane puts in a fuck ton of work. If you do not have anything for the Flutter Mane, you just let it fire off attacks, like it one-shots, especially with like Specs, Terra Fairy, it one-shots a lot of shit, so always a really huge threat. AV Rillaboom put in a shit ton of work. The Ogre Pawn's always consistent, really good mon. The King Gambit put in a shit ton of work, and it really dissuades people from bringing in Incineroar or even trying to use any of that type of stat-lowering bullshit or like Intimidate bullshit versus you. Otherwise, you get at +2 boost or a +1 boost. Sucker Punch hits so fucking hard, it really does. It has a chance to one-shot it, like most things that it's just neutral on that don't really have like the greatest defense. So, in the very least, it's crazy chip damage, and just allows the Flutter Mane, like anything else on this team alongside it, to kind of pick up and double into whatever really you're going against. So, then you got the Iron Boulder, which I think is really underrated. Mighty Cleave is great. If you're going to bring this thing, you're bringing it versus the teams that are just really weak to rock, or just have nothing for like the rock fighting stab. I guess the fighting stab is not stab because you're not a fighting type, but like fighting coverage, I guess. But like a lot of stuff that kind of resists rock types is usually weak to Ogre Pawn or like grass types. So you got that covered really well on this team. And then the Flutter Mains there just to throw out some crazy damage to a lot of that stuff as well. So really solid team. Really good built team. I like this team. So you guys want a really good and really fun team to use around Iron Boulder, consider using this team. Show some support to the creator. Apart from that, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate it. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. I have a bunch more stuff on the way. I'm currently building, at least when you guys are seeing this, I'm building a team around Blaziken. And I'm also building a Trick Room team around Porygon 2 and a few other things. So, bunch of stuff on the way. Some more teams built by me on the way in the next week or so. Hopefully. Depends how much time I have to build them. So, apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody.